What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Grant from One Fair Review, and this will be my first review, and this is a Batman vs Superman. Now, I've tried doing this video before, but it's just there's so much crap to talk about that I never really I never tried to upload one or finish it, just because there's just so much to say, and there's not enough time to say it. But this is a quick review, just because someone asked me on Twitter, like how could I watch it 3 times, but I say I didn't like it. Now, okay, let's just get started. Alright, so I've been waiting for this movie for 3 years. Did it disappoint? Yeah, it did. It was a very disappointing film, because there was a lot of stuff that was just crammed in that just didn't get proper time. Like, just I'll get to that later, but let's just say Superman, which is my favorite superhero, really gets gets shoved to the background. Like, he is in the movie, but he's barely in there. And when he is, they don't even do his character properly. Like, he's so pissed off in the movie. Like that's sort of what I'm getting. He's pissed off in the movie. He's not really enjoying anything. He doesn't smile in the movie once. And sort of everything around Superman, which is everything I dislike in this movie, all revolves around Superman. Not because I don't like Superman, but because I love Superman, but it's like they're not giving him enough attention, enough time to evolve or give him proper story arcs. The biggest part would be Doomsday. Doomsday is just rushed into the ending of the fucking film just so then they could have a common enemy so then they could team up and fight together. It's like, okay, why didn't they just fight Lex Luthor? Wouldn't that have made more sense? What if Lex Luthor made a suit like that how he has in the comics many times before? Like, it wouldn't be uncommon for him to do that, and that'd actually be really badass. Like, if they gave it proper time. But no, they just rushed it. They rushed they're rushing Justice League, and I guess they didn't have to do that, honestly. Like, they could have just saved it for one of the later movies, one of the death of the Man of Steel. Why didn't they save it for that? And believe me, I'm not spoiling much. I mean, Doomsday's in the fucking movie. If you know who Doomsday is and you read any Superman comics, then you know that Superman does not make it out alive in that comic. But whatever. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. My God, man, he's not bad. He's not a bad actor. I had faith in Jesse Eisenberg to do what he does best, himself. He portrays himself pretty much. And yeah, Jesse Eisenberg isn't a bad actor. It's just that he does not fit the role of Lex Luthor, and that's everybody's opinions. He does not fit the role of Lex Luthor. Granted, he did not do a bad job. He did the best he could, and honestly, he did do his role, what they gave him to do. So it's not like it was out of nowhere. So yeah, that's sort of my problems with the movie for the most part. I have a few more. I could go on for hours how they killed off Superman too early. They killed him off so early, and it's like nothing was evolved. You don't really get to see the story arc or anything, and it just pisses me off, that part. But then you have the parts of sort of Batman and Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm eating my own words here, but Ben Affleck as Batman is the best Batman I've ever seen. My favorite Batman previously was Michael Keaton, but Ben Affleck did a great job. He was amazing and easily the best part of the movie. I know, even though I'm a Superman fan, I have to admit he was the best part of the film. And I just saw him as Bruce Wayne. I saw him as Batman. And that was really important because he's Bruce Wayne for a lot of the movie. So yeah, I feel like he did a great job. And for the most part, everybody agrees that he's one of the best Batmans and he's one of the best things. And I can't wait to see his standalone film that he will be directing himself. So that will be interesting to see. So yeah, he pretty much held up the movie for me. I really enjoyed every scene that Ben Affleck was in. I especially loved his voice. Like, he didn't do that crazy or I'm Batman voice that Christian Bale did, which I do like Christian Bale, but it's that voice, how do you not get sick from that voice in the rain fighting criminals? But yeah, this was actually a voice changer, and it sounded really badass. I wish that they used it more in some way. But yeah, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. It's really hard to like say. She does good given what she has. She didn't have much though. I mean, I have to say she didn't have much. I mean, she just in a couple scenes she comes in. She does a great job. And I do see Wonder Woman in her. She wouldn't have been my first choice. I'll say that much. She wouldn't have been my first choice to play Wonder Woman, but she does a great job, I will admit. Um, let's see. What else is there to talk about? I guess I could talk about Lois Lane, how pointless she fucking was in the movie. Oh my gosh. Like, they completely destroyed her character from Man of Steel, how she was so, she was kind of badass in Man of Steel, but here it's just like, wow, like, they really dumbed her down, and just, she was not that great. She's a good actor, I'll give her that, but I did not give a shit about her story of like trying to prove Lex Luthor to be the bad guy. Like, oh my god, really? Like, that's your big role, trying to prove that Lex is the bad guy? I think most of us know going in he's the fucking main villain. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things that were wasted in this movie. Definitely Doomsday was probably the worst. Even his design was garbage. But yeah, I don't know. Am I ready? All right. So the story. The story was very it's gotten a lot of hate, and I could see why. Like, this is not even like the Man of Steel story, which I love, but like it's just all over the place. The dream sequences of Batman are all over the place. I do know what they're doing. Like, I did recognize Apocalypse right there. And I even did recognize sort of a Flashpoint. I believe that is Flash. That has to be Flash. I don't know who else it could be. Like, maybe he's telling him from the future. I don't know. It's so fucking weird. And like, even DC fans are like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what the fuck are they doing here? And yeah, Batman versus Superman. I'm not going to call it V. Batman versus Superman had so many what the fuck moments in it. But, yeah, my final verdict for it is, for Batman vs. Superman, is a 7 out of 10. It's very hard for me to say I hate this movie because it's got the visuals, which are impressive. It's got the music that I love. It's got freaking Henry Cavill as Superman. You know, Ben Affleck as Batman. Jeremy Irons as Alfred. You know, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Like, all these characters that were great. The fight scenes were incredible. Even when Doomsday was fucking badass. And oh my gosh, when she has her whip, Wonder Woman gets her whip, they made it badass. But yeah, my final verdict is a 7 out of 10. That's really all I have to say about it. So, thank you everybody for watching. As always, have a nice day.